Welcome to the Book Review Podcast. Today we are jumping straight into a deep dive on a book that's made, well, quite a splash in the self-development world. It's Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life by Roxie Nafousi.
And this one, it really positions manifestation, maybe more than others have, as a philosophy. It pushes it firmly into that sort of wellness and self-development space.
Right, moving beyond just magic thinking.
Exactly. She defines manifesting pretty simply, just the ability to create the exact life that you want.
Becoming the author of your own story, essentially, pulling in what you desire. And I think a huge part of its appeal, the real hook, is her own personal story. It's quite dramatic.
Oh, absolutely. In May 2018, Roxie was, 27? And she talks very openly about battling a decade of depression, addiction, feeling totally lost.
Yeah, really low self-worth, purposeless, all of that.
And then apparently a friend just sent her a link, a podcast about manifesting, and something clicked.
Just like that.
Well, she describes this moment where she decided right then she was going to manifest unconditional love.
Yep.
That was her focus.
Okay, and the timeline is what gets me. It was fast.
Incredibly fast. 1 week later, she meets her partner, Wade Briggs, on Raya, the dating app.
Wow, 1 week.
Then, 3 months after that, she found out she was pregnant.
Goodness.
And exactly 1 year after his first message to her, their son Wolf was born. And that brought the unconditional love she'd set out to find.
That kind of rapid transformation, I mean, that's a powerful testament. You can see why she felt she had a method people needed to hear about.
Definitely. But what's really key here is how she frames it. She insists it's more than just, visualizing or wishing. She calls manifestation a blend of science and wisdom, a self-development practice. It takes work.
Okay, let's dig into that science bit then, because that's what seems to ground it, maybe make it feel more accessible than just pure mysticism. She brings in 2 main areas, right? The law of attraction, which she links to quantum physics, and neuroscience.
Right. So the quantum physics side, keeping it simple, is this idea that everything is energy. Us, thoughts, emotions, everything. And things vibrate at different frequencies. She uses the terms high vibe like joy, gratitude, and low vibe, fear, despair, that sort of thing.
Okay, so the idea is attracts like. If you're vibrating at a high frequency, you naturally draw in experiences and people that match that frequency.
It's like tuning a radio, as you said before we started. If your internal dial is stuck on a low, staticky frequency, maybe full of doubt or fear,
You'll just keep picking up static, negative stuff.
pretty much, you have to consciously choose to tune into the higher frequency channel you want to receive from.
And that tuning process, that's where the neuroscience comes in.
Exactly. This is about neuroplasticity, the brain's amazing ability to actually change, to rewire itself, form new connections. So when you manifest, you're not just passively wishing, you're actively priming your brain.
Can you break down that priming idea a bit more? How does visualizing actually change the brain?
Sure. So when you consistently visualize something you want, and this is the crucial part, you attach the feeling of already having it. Your brain starts building neural pathways as if that reality is already happening. It doesn't really know the difference between vivid imagination and reality.
Ah, okay. So it helps override those old limiting beliefs, maybe, and makes you notice things you wouldn't otherwise.
Precisely. It primes your brain to spot opportunities that align with your goal. Like you decide you want a particular type of car, say a red Mini. Suddenly you start seeing red Minis everywhere.
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time.
They were always there. But your brain wasn't filtering for them. Manifesting is like telling your brain, okay, filter for opportunities related to this goal.
That makes so much sense. It shifts it from just hoping to actively training your brain. Okay.
Right.
Now, to make this whole process less daunting, the book lays out 7 steps.
Yes, and the 7-step structure is really helpful because manifesting can feel quite overwhelming otherwise. So much information out there. But she's very clear these steps aren't necessarily chronological. You don't do step 1, finish it, then move to step 2.
Right, they work together simultaneously.
You kind of weave them together as you go.
Okay, but before we even list the steps, she really hammers home one core idea, the foundation, the absolute prerequisite for everything else, and that's cultivating and practicing self-love. Why is that so fundamental?
Well, think about the vibrational frequency idea again. If deep down your sense of self-worth is low, your baseline vibration is going to be low. It doesn't matter how much you visualize that amazing job. If your subconscious is broadcasting, I'm not good enough.
So the universe, or whatever you want to call it, responds to the deeper belief, the subconscious feeling of what you deserve.
That's the argument. If you don't value yourself, You're essentially sending out a signal of unworthiness. Self-love is what drives the whole engine.
And how does she define self-love? It's not just bubble baths, right?
No, definitely not just that. It's about genuinely valuing your own well-being, being your own champion, letting go of self-judgment and regret, offering yourself the same kindness you'd easily offer a friend. And she has this really interesting take. The ultimate practice of self-love is balancing what you need today with what your future self needs tomorrow.
Ooh, I like that. So it's choosing the thing that serves your future goals, like actually sitting down to work on that project over the instant gratification of procrastinating.
Exactly. Or choosing not to engage in a habit that you know harms you in the long run. You're advocating for your future self's well-being.
Okay, that's a powerful frame. So with that self-love foundation hopefully in place, we get to step 1. Be clear in your vision. Setting the goal.
Yes. And like we touched on, specificity is absolutely vital here.
She uses the analogy of Google Maps, doesn't she? You wouldn't just type airport into the search bar.
Right. You need the specific airport, the terminal, maybe even the gate. The clearer the instruction, the better the result.
And this links back to the brain priming we talked about.
Directly. The more detail, the more sensory information you include in your visualization, the more real it feels to your brain. But the absolute secret sauce, she says, is the feeling. It's not enough just to see it. You have to fully immerse yourself in the emotion of having already achieved it.
Okay, so if I'm manifesting, say, finding a soulmate, I don't just picture their face. I need to actually conjure up the feelings, the safety, the joy, the connection, the warmth.
Exactly that. You want to feel it in your body right now. That's what truly raises your vibration to match the desire.
Got it. But as soon as you raise that vibration, here comes step 2. Remove fear and doubt.
Big blockers. And this is tricky because apparently something like 95% of our cognitive activity is subconscious. That's where the fear and doubt often live.
So finding them is hard. And fear is sneaky, isn't it? It often pretends to be rational. It calls itself being realistic.
Oh, totally. It whispers things like, that's too ambitious, or you don't have the right qualifications, or what if you fail? Roxie basically argues that fear is just pointing towards a limiting belief you hold about yourself, about what you think you actually deserve.
And that fear directly stops you from doing what's needed in step 3. Align your behavior, taking action.
Yes, this is so important. Manifestation is not passive. It's not sitting on the sofa waiting for £1 million to fall through the letterbox.
If only. So you can't just visualize your dream house. You actually need to, browse property websites, talk to mortgage advisors.
Exactly. You have to take proactive steps. Your actions need to align with your intention. You need to show the universe through your behavior that you believe you're worthy of this thing and you're ready for it.
So if your goal involves public speaking, but you're terrified, aligning your behavior means actually signing up to give that talk anyway, even if you feel sick.
Pretty much. It's about acting as if, which links into that old phrase, fake it until you make it. But here it has a sort of scientific backing.
How so?
Well, by acting like the future, empowered version of yourself, the confident speaker, the successful business owner, even when you're battling imposter syndrome inside, you start building self-belief through action. And crucially, that behavior starts physically rewiring your brain via neuroplasticity. You're building the evidence for yourself.
You're literally creating the neural pathways for that new reality, forcing your subconscious to get with the program. Makes sense. Okay, moving on. Step 4. Overcome tests from the universe. Now this one feels a bit more out there to me. The idea that the universe deliberately tests you.
Yeah, I get that. It can sound a bit like the universe is playing games. But the way she explains it, these tests often show up as temptations. Temptations to settle for less than your clear vision.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
The classic ones are, you're manifesting your soulmate, and suddenly an ex pops up wanting to reconnect. Or you're manifesting your absolute dream job, and you get offered a pretty good job instead.
Yeah. Right, the low-hanging fruit. But what if someone really needs a job? Or is lonely? Turning down something good can feel irresponsible, not empowering. How do you square that circle? Isn't that just reality biting?
That's the real tension point, isn't it? Roxie's argument is that if you accept that good enough offer purely out of fear that nothing better will come along, you're operating from a place of scarcity. That low-vibe fear, she says, actually blocks the path to the specific high-vibe thing you originally aimed for. Passing a test means holding your nerve, trusting the process.
It requires a lot of faith, especially when things are tough. You have to really believe you deserve the specific vision and not compromise.
Unwavering faith, yes. Which is why step 5, embrace gratitude, is so vital for maintaining that necessary high-vibe state while you wait and trust.
Ah, gratitude. We hear about this a lot in wellness.
Because it works. Gratitude apparently has one of the highest vibrational frequencies, like an instant frequency shifter. If you're feeling down, anxious, angry, consciously switching to gratitude can pull you out of that low vibe almost immediately.
It's like constantly tuning that radio dial back to the positive station.
Exactly. But she adds a really important caveat. The gratitude has to be genuine, without the buts.
What do you mean, without the buts?
Like stopping yourself mid-thought when you say, I love my home, but I wish it had a garden. Or, I'm grateful for my job, but my boss is difficult. That but negates the gratitude and signals lack.
Ah, okay. So it's about finding the manifesting sweet spot, being genuinely thankful for everything you do have right now, while still holding on to the clear vision of what you want to attract next.
An abundance mindset. Appreciating the now while being excited for the next.
She has that nice little language trick too, doesn't she? Swapping words.
Oh yeah, that's a great practical tip. Instead of saying, I have to go to the gym or I have to finish this report.
Change it to, I get to go to the gym, I get to finish this report.
Exactly. It reframes the task from a chore into a privilege, instantly boosting appreciation and shifting your energy. Simple but effective.
I like that. Okay, which brings us to step 6. Turn envy into inspiration. Another big one, especially with social media everywhere.
Oh, for sure. Envy is pure low vibe territory. It comes straight from a scarcity mindset, the belief that there isn't enough success or happiness to go around. If they have it, somehow that means less for me.
Which feels awful, that knot in your stomach when you see someone else get the thing you want.
Right. So the process here is, first, acknowledge the feeling. Don't beat yourself up for feeling envious. It's human. Remove the shame. Then consciously reframe it. Instead of thinking, ugh, why them and not me? Think,
wow, look, that thing I want is possible. They have it. That means I can have it too.
exactly. You use their success as evidence, as proof that your desire is achievable. It becomes inspiration, not a threat. That's the abundance mindset in action.
Okay, shifting envy to proof. Got it. And finally, the step that seems to tie it all together. Step 7. Trust in the universe.
This is the big one, the ultimate surrender, really. After you've done the inner work, cleared the blocks, taken the aligned action, you have to let go of the outcome.
Let go of the how and the when.
Precisely. Trust is that deep inner knowing that what you desire is on its way, even if you can't see the path clearly yet. She warns that impatience is a major manifesting killer.
Because impatience suggests a lack of faith. It tries to force things.
Yes, it interferes with what she calls divine timing. Trying to control everything, micromanage the universe, comes from fear, not trust. When you truly trust, setbacks don't feel like failures anymore. Rejection isn't personal, it's just redirection.
Redirection, meaning it wasn't the right path and something better suited is coming.
That's the idea. She actually uses her own publishing deal for this book as an example. She got a good offer from a respected publisher, but her clear vision, step 1, was to be published by Penguin.
Ah, so she faced a test, step 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She trusted her vision and turned down the good enough offer, even though it was probably scary. 2 days later, apparently through a completely unexpected connection, she ended up talking to an editor at Penguin.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty compelling anecdote for trusting the process and the redirection idea.
It shows how the steps weave together.
So, wrapping it all up, what's the big takeaway? Why should someone pick up this book? It's clearly about more than just getting stuff.
Oh, definitely. I think it provides a really practical, structured framework for anyone feeling a bit lost or stuck or unsure of their direction. It forces you, gently but firmly, to do that crucial inner work, identify limiting beliefs, boost self-worth, get clear on what you truly want.
It's a journey of self-discovery as much as anything.
Absolutely. The ultimate goal isn't just the manifested thing. It's about, as she puts it, helping you unleash the most empowered, authentic, self-loving, and truly magnificent version of ourselves.
That's a pretty amazing potential outcome from following these steps. A powerful promise for doing the work. Okay, so if the core idea is that the law of attraction matches your energy, your vibration, here's something to think about. What's just one small action, maybe even something tiny, that you could take today, like right after listening, to act as if you already are the person who deserves the future you're visualizing? What behavior could you align right now? Thanks for listening to the Book Review Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. See you next time.